Hello everyone and welcome back to our abandoned park build in Jurassic World Evolution 2. And in today's episode we're going to be turning this peninsula into a sauropod sanctuary, complete with nesting ground and many opportunities for our guests to watch the sauropods from a distance. So yeah, I was brainstorming about what to do with this like secluded area that we've created. We can't get guest attractions over here. So it has to be something big that can be seen, like, from a distance. So obviously, we're gonna go with sauropods. Now, why would sauropods be, like, isolated in this area? I figured, well, maybe they need a little privacy. Because, I don't know, maybe Mini Sorna was part of some sort of breeding program for the sauropods, and this was the ideal situation for them. And the idea that I had is if we're gonna grab these things. Terrain constraints. that is a thing. Let's see. Obviously trying to get it as close as possible. I guess like that. So this is the way that the guests are going to be able to see the sauropods. So from here, I also want to do that over here, and I'm just, placing them right now. That's a good one, and we'll be able to get one right there. I just want to add, like, plentiful viewing opportunities, because, it is quite a distance, so you just want to sort of, I guess, compensate for that by just making sure that you want to optimize the chances that people are going to see the sauropods, Alright, this one isn't really working. Maybe if I angle it like this. No, I'm not having much luck with that one. And something I'm hoping is gonna work. I'm hoping. I think that might work. It is big. Hold on. Is the other thing smaller? Let me check for a second. So I want to use that island, but obviously we need to then get people onto that island. What am I looking for? I am looking for... Why can't I find it? Why am I... Oh, here you go. I mean, this one might have the better shape here. Ooh, that actually works quite well. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So yeah, this way we can get guests over here. And what we'll do, because we have like this whole network of these for our staff, right? And we want this one to be for guests. So what I think I'll do is I will grab one of these and we'll put that... Oh, I quite like that. And this one we're going to connect. There you go. It's just going back and forth. So this takes you to this remote area. And this is also where we're, again, going to be placing these. And I would also really like it if we can put, like, an amenity in here as well. Make it a nice little island. Let's see if we can make that work. Let's use this one. It's just easier to get it in all the nooks and crannies. I think this was a little optimistic. Oh, maybe not. Okay, hold control. Not too shabby. There you go. And we might even, if I space it right. Did I space it right? I guess we'll see. No, not even close. Oh, wow. That is big. Don't make the joke. Just don't make the joke. Just don't do it. Now, the reason I do path first and not just the toilet first is because, well, anybody who's ever placed a toilet in this game knows that the path gets a little weird around it. Oh, yeah, there you go. Second time's the charm. Yeah, the path just gets a little weird. I don't know why. I don't ask any questions when I don't want to know the answer. So, there you go. Now this island, it kind of has everything. Okay. So, it's a pretty spread out build. I don't think I'll be doing much with the guest sections during this episode. It's going to be mostly the habitat itself. But, it's important to get that sort of stuff in and see where everything's going to go. I have a lost Ouranosaurus wandering about over here. Now, personally, I'm tempted to do something like an Alamosaurus, but, I mean, come on. Come on, we can't. It has to be the Brachiosaurus. It has to be the Brachiosaurus. I feel like I'm contractually obligated to do that. I think a little bit of elevation is gonna help, so I'm gonna extend this out, and we're gonna raise this upper section up. Not too much because I don't want to lose too much space, but just a little bit. And maybe we'll do like a bit of a ridge here. So the sauropods don't have to be looking at the Suchomimus the whole day. You know, that might be experienced as a little bit intimidating. There, maybe something like that. This will make into a little ramp. What else? Just, you know, always minding, like, my viewpoints. I think what we can do is extend this one out a bit. There. That's kind of... It's just more interesting than leaving it entirely flat. I tend to avoid that as well as I can. Now, obviously, they could drink from the ocean. That's not really what I want them to do. So what I think I'll do is I'll give them an itty-bitty lake over here. I mean, there's no way to stop them from just drinking from the ocean, but we make an honest effort. Alright, let's color this in. And also make that beach a little less intense. Not too bad. There, just dotting some sand around. Alright. That's pretty good. Add some texture onto this. I always just, you know, wiggle the mouse around a little bit so you don't fill in a block of terrain in the same color, you know? Here, and if you accidentally did, you can sort of break it up by going back in with another color. Alright, and since this is a path well traveled, we're gonna add a little bit of I guess wear, you know, the grass doesn't really get the chance to grow here because the sauropods are constantly walking around over that narrow stretch. We'll do a bit of sand around the lake, or the dirt, I guess, in this case. Might brighten it up a little bit. Yeah. So I guess what I should do first is just figure out where the actual nests are going to be. I actually think I'm gonna spread them out. I was first thinking of doing like a nesting ground where I put them all together. I'm a little bit worried that it's too cramped to make that look right. Cause let's use a container or something. Oh, I know what I should use. There, we're gonna use this one. Let's make the first nest over here. Let's just see what happens. So we've placed an item that can't move up and down with the terrain. Now we're gonna create a little lip around it, little edge, where the sauropods sort of just, you know, they dug a little bit, they raised up a bit of a circle around the nest for protection. Oh, so I just heard something absolutely ram one of the trucks. Hold on, where's this happening? Oh, I think he might have knocked them off the track. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, sad we missed it. Who's a good boy? Alright, keep building, Evo, keep building. So yeah, that actually works pretty well, and it's not taking up as much space as I thought it would. It is not taking up as much space. So I think what we're gonna do is maybe, oh, hold on. Nope. Here, grab these. I'm gonna make another nest here, and maybe a nest right here, and a nest. Like, they have been busy, okay? They've been... Yeah, we'll just do that. That's fine. That's fine. I want to add even more because I'm having fun with this. Yeah, I don't know. I like that. I like how that looks. There, we're also gonna do one over there. Busy sauropods. I'm making it like higher on one end because, you know, it would be low on one side because the sauropods would be walking in and out of it, sort of tending to the eggs. So yeah, I don't want it even all the way around. And maybe this one was an overachiever right here. Yeah, that's pretty cute. Look at that. Also a good technique to make craters, you know? If you want to do something like that. I mean, I did recently do a build where you could sort of pretend that it's built on Mars. That could be funny. So I think what we'll do is do like dirt in the middle of the nest. Because again, it's just seeing a lot of movement. And then we're gonna grab rocks. We'll use the Mediterranean ones here. Not Mediterranean, the tropical ones. And we're gonna keep it quite small. Maybe a couple bigger ones in the vicinity. Well, I generally work one type of item at a time. So I'm just placing the big ones first. Here, how about this one? This one just, yeah, this one's gonna have like a full rocky backside to it. Because that's just how she liked it. Little beachfront property. There, and these smaller boulders, the sauropods sort of just rolled into position to create like a protective barrier. And also the idea here is that, you know, they don't make these nests like a new nest every year, right? They spend a lot of time working on these nests, and they maintain them throughout the different seasons, like the different breeding seasons. So they just reuse the same nest every year. So that's why, you know, a lot of effort went into it. It's an investment, really. It's an investment in the future. How did I sort of become like a sauropod real estate agent right now? Alright, let's not go overboard with the rocks, she says, long after having already gone overboard with the rocks. I've done this many times before, like building nests. I've done a sauropod sanctuary before. I've done Rex nests before. We'll do a Rex nest on Mini Sorna as well. But that's gonna be more, the Rex nest is actually gonna be not in a habitat, but in like a guest area. Like just one of the abandoned guest areas the Rexes have terrorized, and they built their nest there. As they do. You know, that's just some legend stuff right there. That's just what they do, okay? They sort of mark their territory like that. They claim whatever territory they want. And it doesn't matter if it's next to a burger amenity or anything like that. So yeah, don't worry. These nests don't mean that we're not going to do T-Rex nests. And of course, if you want to see the continuation of Mini Sorna, you want to see where we're going to be building the T-Rex nest, then consider subscribing to the channel. We do this every single week. And also, of course, we have big news coming for Jurassic World Evolution 2 in terms of a new DLC. And apparently some sort of successor to Jurassic World Evolution 2 as well. So yeah, exciting stuff. At least I'm excited. I mean, I think it already looks kind of cute. I know, I love making fake stuff like this. Fake it till you make it, okay? It just adds so much life. Hello. Oh. Yeah, having little sits. Sorry, I get very easily distracted. Okay, now we're gonna grab a foliage brush. I think this one. We're just gonna see what generates around the nest. We have some good stuff. Oh, I love the logs. The logs are good. What I think I also want to do, but I'll make another nest. We're also gonna make an abandoned nest. You know, one that hasn't been tended to. Alright, so yeah, an abandoned nest. Maybe over here. Maybe they were like, this is a little too crowded for me. I don't really like this. So, there. And we're just gonna do the same technique. Raise it up, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it sort of sank down a bit. Let's grab rocks again. Ooh, what I want to see if I can make that happen, maybe mortar. It's gonna mess with some stuff, isn't it? Oh, it's not too bad, it's not too bad. So yeah, this would be a good basis, like just one of the surrounding trees toppled over during a storm and sort of made this area no longer all that suitable for a nest. We're weaving a tale, I tell you. A tale. Okay, and this one also has just foliage in the middle, because a sauropod hasn't been cleaning the center, hasn't been, you know, occupying the center, sitting in the center, incubating the eggs, that sort of stuff. I guess they wouldn't really incubate them, would they? But yeah, just pretend, okay, just pretend. Maybe they would, actually. I don't know. The sauropods never get like depicted as incubating the eggs. They're always just depicted as burying them and then being like, peace, I'm out. That's not the story we're telling. No, no. Oh, I think this is low-key adorable. I probably went overboard with the nest, but you know, it's one of those things, you want to just make the most out of it. Right, so, foliage. Let's start with this one. And we really just want to make sure that it's nice and dense around the nest. Alright, so those are our nests, and oh yeah, right, big trees. Because you know, here we had some big trees that fell over and into the nest, sort of ruining it. I also, of course, love my Mediterranean tree, because it, like, hangs over a bit. Lovely. Mama Bracky's gonna be hitting her head on that. That doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? Yeah, so we'll angle it away. And again, want to be mindful of our sight line and not go overboard. Would also need some rocks just, you know, strewn about, so we're definitely going to be doing that as well, but I also want to do some of these. You know, it's not the most complicated habitat, but it doesn't always need to be. Sometimes, you know, you can just be a little bit low-key about it. Yeah, we'll do a little rock formation here. Okay, needs some more detail around the lake, but first, before I forget, some more random rocks. And let's just sort of put them around the place. And I also want to use, you know, a couple of smaller ones that, you know, they would be using for their nests. And technically, what I should do, hold on. We're really thinking about it now. All of the rocks in the vicinity of the nest would have been rolled towards the nest, right? So they've been used. So only at greater distances, that's a little bit much, but only at greater distances from a nest would there still be, you know, random rocks left strewn around. All the other ones have been rolled towards the nest and used to make those. So yeah, that's kind of cute. I like that. Okay, so yeah, a little bit more detail around the lake. A couple smaller ones and foliage. And I want to start with the fluffy one. Let's create some body. And then finally just adding in a whole bunch of banana plants and these guys to make it look more tropical again. Yeah, and just like that, in half an hour, that's really fast, but you know, I'm pretty happy with that. It's kind of a shame, honestly, that you can't see the nest that well anymore. Like this one you can still see really well, obviously. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna minimize the amount of trees around this one. Because I quite like, you know, being able to see it a bit better. There, so we'll just leave one tree, you know, perfectly positioned to put shade on the nest. Yeah, so we can see it a little bit more. But they do stand out less now that we've added everything else. But I do think it's a fun nest technique. Now obviously, one thing is missing, and those are the eggs. So we're gonna grab the smallest of these, and we're gonna rotate them in a way that it sort of looks here like that. I should have turned around and rotate off. Hold on, which side is rounder? I think this side is a little rounder. So there, like that. And we just... oh. Place some eggs. Eggs. Now, oh, hold on. No eggs in that one. Now... I only build nests for, like, really large species. I keep doing that. I don't need to be doing that. But yeah, I only build nests for really large species because, you know, these eggs are obviously huge. Even for the sauropods, they are still way too big. You know, people want me to use this technique to, like, mimic raptor nests and all that stuff. I do like using my imagination for my builds, and use it excessively, I do, but this as pretend raptor eggs goes a little bit too far for me. I think I'm stretching it far enough. They only had one baby. I think I'm stretching it far enough by making this a sauropod egg and a large theropod egg, because obviously this also we're going to be doing the Rex nest. I think it needs a little bit more terrain randomness. It just looks a little bit too flat. There you go, way better. Alright, so that's kind of the habitat done. I'm not going to be working on these sections yet, because that's all going to depend on how it connects to the rest of the park. So I feel like that should be like part of the future episodes. What we will be building is this little island, because we can. Here, see, this is what I mean with the toilet just being an absolute menace to the path. It's really weird. I don't know why it does that. There, toilet back in there. Alright, so I'm leaving like some area around it. And that's gonna be so I can put trees there. And as I said, I want to use some trees to cover up this huge, tall building. So, like that, and then this one. So we're not looking at it that much. And I also think, just because I like using them, we're gonna use these. And again, I wish I could just chuck these into the water. That would be so cool. Yeah, but we're really just leaning into the fact that something has come barging through here. Oh, I also kind of like the idea. Oh, it might be getting a little bit dark. Speak of dark, let's first put in a light then. But what might also be cool is... Okay, so in earlier episodes, right, we set up that there was this evacuation camp over here where, you know, guests were informed that they had to come to this part of the park. You know, there was like, oh my god, my abandoned park is not quite abandoned. But here, this would be like a blinking lights guiding everyone here, this path towards the evacuation site. But maybe not everyone was able to get there, and some people were left behind on the island. And what they figured would be the safest place is on this remote little island, away from the actual, like, habitats and all of that stuff. So... yeah, maybe like a group of survivors came over here, and they would have maybe stolen a tent from the evacuation site. So I'm gonna grab here, maybe 2 tents. Hold on. There, we're gonna get rid of those. There, they found some tents, and what else? I'm trying to think of a way that they could sort of like, in a makeshift way, try to barricade themselves, like create a little wall. Maybe what I'll do is, with this thing, like they were starting to sort of construct a wall. And obviously, you know, it's not very tall yet, but they were planning on making it tall. But, you know... bad things happened before they could do that. I think that's, yeah, that might be kind of interesting. There, so they were working on trying to, like, build a wall because there's, like, these wall pieces. And they literally just broke bricks off these walls and were trying to construct a tall wall. So here. They've been ripping, like, stone stuff off of these. Yeah. I like that. I don't know. I like that this park is sort of like an excuse to tell a story. I generally come up with a bit of storytelling for my park, but this is like a good one to take it a little bit further. Here, and some supplies maybe. Not too many, obviously. But stuff like this, because they would have had to use the underground tunnel system. You know, this is a tunnel, like we've seen in Dominion. Like, yeah, the Hyperloop goes back and forth, but essentially it is just a tunnel. So they would have had to use this tunnel and go foraging in the park for stuff. So they wouldn't be able to bring like the big stuff over here, but these small crates they would have been able to carry. Something else. I think anything else would start to look too professional. What maybe is also an option, like this is obviously a garbage bin, but what they could have done was empty it out, clean it out in the ocean, and then use it as sort of like a shopping cart. And use these to, again, go through the tunnel, go into the park, and see what they can find to survive. I like that. I like that. Oh, hold on. I want to see if there's something else we can do. Maybe something unexpected. Ooh, I think I might have an idea. We have some space over here. A little bit of beach we have. Oh, yep. Oh, I have a cute idea. I don't know if it's gonna work, but yes. Alright, this might take a bit, but I'm gonna try. Can you already tell what I'm doing? Maybe it should be SOS, but that's way harder. Help is easier. Help is easy as heck. Yeah, so what they did, there were all these beach chairs over here. I guess it makes more sense if they did it here, but I'm not sure if I have enough space there. And they used the beach chairs to make a help. So, oh my god, I am having so much fun right now. Help! I like that. I like that. So I'm gonna make another one. I guess I might be able to make it even bigger. Question mark? Let's see. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. If it's gonna fit, I'll finish it, but if it doesn't fit, we can literally just leave it unfinished, and maybe they realized that they couldn't, like they didn't have enough space, or they were interrupted while doing this. Oh no, we have plenty of space, because it's not actually, it's taller, but it's not getting much wider with how I'm doing it. Okay, so yeah, we'll just do the full sign then. Please, we're over here, help! This is so dark, why am I having so much fun? Oh man, yeah, that's super cool, I like that. Okay, I'm chuffed about that. I'm excited about that. Alright, let's go shopping for some sauropods. Alright, so Brachiosaurus. What we're gonna do is here, I don't quite remember what my ultimate favorite is, but yeah, these are gonna be, I think, what am I gonna do? You know what? I usually give them like one bull and with like a harem, but I think what we're gonna do this time around is we're gonna do mated pairs. We're gonna pretend that that's how it works. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 functional nests. So we need 5 males and 5 females. Where am I going? Where am I? There you go. Okay, and now our females, we're gonna go back to this pattern. And I think we'll just do the 1993 Brachiosaurus, just because I feel like we have to. Just the classic skin. I won't mess with it. And then we would also need 5 ladies. 10 sauropods over here is a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, I definitely was a bit overzealous with the amount of nests, because I just saw the first like brachy in there and I was like, oh yeah, they're big. But I don't know, maybe, you know, the breeding program has just been really successful, okay? What do you guys think? Should I also add like pretend juveniles? I've done a video on this a while in the past where I've like given suggestions about which dinosaur combinations you can do to sort of pretend that you have juveniles or, you know, adolescent offspring at the very least. For Brachiosaurus, I would use Camarasaurus, but let me know in the comments down below if you want me to add that, because it is already getting quite crowded in here. So yeah, I'm not quite sure about that, so I would love your input on that decision-making process. So I don't have to decide for myself. Aww, cute. And that's the reason why I always want to add Brachiosaurus to my parks, because that sound, It's just so quintessential Jurassic Park for me. I feel like a park is not complete without Brachiosaurus. They are so lovely. Like, it just adds so much atmosphere to a park. Way more than, like, Rex's constantly screaming. Like, yeah, the Rex roar is iconic, don't get me wrong. But they do it way too often. It gets a little bit overstimulating, to be honest. The Brachios, however, I could listen to that song all day. I really, really, really love that. Okay, so as far as Mini Sorna goes, this was definitely, like, the simplest build of them all. But I hope that you did still appreciate the episode and that it has given you some ideas for your own builds. And again, stay tuned for what we're going to be building in the future with, of course, new content coming to the game soon as well. I'm really excited about that. And please give your suggestions in the comment down below for what you want to see in future episodes. Every week right here on the channel. Consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy these videos right here for more inspiration for Jurassic World Evolution 2.